Hey guys, welcome to Blaugrana. Welcome to another video. And Barcelona have beaten Real Betis by 3-2 at the Benito Villamarin, and this was one of the best games of the season by far. What I have to say about this game, it was, both teams very good going forward, very, trying new things. There was, from Betis' point of view, Lionel Fekir, one of the outstanding players in world football. He today was an absolute nightmare to deal against. But we were able to do it, to beat Betis by 3 goals, 3 assists from Lionel Messi. And we'll talk about how the game unfolded and what does this mean for us going forward. First of all, starting by saying that it was, a lot of merit of both teams, and special merit to Barcelona because, it wasn't an easy game. There was some dodgy refereeing in this game, as it tends to be, not because of VAR, but because, the rules themselves. I think that there's not like an established, ruling for this kind of things, and that's why it leads to controversy. But more than talking about, that kind of play, let's talk about the football, how things went. But without further ado, let's start with lineups and then go ahead and talk about the game. Barcelona opted to go with Marc André, Nelson Semedo, Canales and Lenglet, and Samuel Umtiti. In defense with Junior Firpo. In midfield, you had Sergio Roberto, Sergio Busquets, Arturo Vidal, and Frenkie de Jong. And up top, you had likes of Antoine Griezmann and Lionel Messi. Then for Betis, they had Joel Robles in net, a defense 4 of Emerson, Mandy, Bartra, and Moreno. In midfield of Guido Rodriguez, William Carvalho, and Canales. And up top, they had Aleña down the right, Nabil Fekir down the left, and Borja Iglesias up top. And well, this was a very interesting game, for sure. Let's first start by saying that what a commitment that these players have given. It was very nice to see. We continued that line against Levante, against Athletic, doing much better now that we seem to be understanding better the concepts that Etienne wants in these players. These players seem to be understanding what needs to be demanded of them. It's gonna be difficult to be able to, deal with it for the next couple of games because Canales and Lenglet has been sent off. I believe that he has a 2-match ban because he's going to be banned one game because of the accumulation of yellow cards, and then he's going to be banned another game because of the red card. So, with PK still, we don't know if he's injured or not or something. We're going to probably see Araujo or something along the lines of that in the next couple match days. And overall, the team played well. Everyone was pretty much alright. I have to say that Junior Firpo, it's not that he played badly, but I expected more of Junior Firpo. I still think that he's able to give a lot more to the team. Arturo Vidal did what he was asked to do, which was, press high of the pitch, be a warrior, give a lot of commitment. He did that. Obviously, he also made a couple of mistakes, especially the one that led to Fekir's goal, which it was a pretty disgusting mistake, I have to say. And then you had the likes of Antoine Griezmann, who could be signaled out for having a bad game, for pretty much not doing anything. But actually, I thought that he needs to be rewarded in that, yes, we need to ask more of Griezmann. And yes, Griezmann can give a lot more. But he was doing the job, he was doing the dirty job that Messi needed. Like, he was moving along the lines, he was making a problem for the defenders, not staying put in one position. He was doing what he needed to do for the team, what he was asked to do. And then you had the highlights of the game. Again, Messi, I think the stat is right now 26 shots without a goal, which is unbelievable. I don't know how many chances, this is unbelievable. Before in Valverde Serra, Messi needed nearly no chances to score, and now he just can't score to save his life. Frenkie de Jong, well, let's start reviewing the goals. First of all, in the first couple of minutes of the game, Canales and Lenglet concedes a penalty. I'm not sure why they gave him a yellow card. I don't think it was deserved. But, they gave him a yellow card right there and then. he concedes a penalty because of a handball. It was rightly a handball. I don't think there should be any debate on that. If he had the arm closer to his body, that would have been fine, I think. But with VAR, that was never gonna slip. It was a clear penalty, and then Canales steps up and scores the 1-0. But then a couple minutes later, a beautiful ball from Lionel Messi. In comes Frenkie de Jong, chests it down, hits it in the back of the net, and it's 1-1. And I have to say that Frenkie de Jong, we've seen this in the past 2 games, especially in the games against Athletic. Setien is asking de Jong to step forward to whenever you have a chance, go forward, create danger, because by doing that you're gonna be able to create space for the forwards, and that's something that he's doing. The kind of Arturo Vidal role in that midfield spot, and I thought that was very beneficial for us going forward. Again, Frenkie de Jong with his size, with his potency that he has in his body, he needs to be able to give more in those situations going forward. It's something that he needs to improve on. He needs to improve on his shot. He needs to improve on his ability to arrive from the midfield line and contribute in attack for sure. That's something that he needs to do more and more. Then for the second goal of Betis, Arturo Vidal, Gary Firpo gives him a pretty nice easy ball. Arturo miscontrols it really nastily, and then the ball goes to Fekir very quickly, who just produces a moment of magic. I have to say, I was completely crapping myself during this game, because Fekir was on the constant, especially in that first half. He was on a mission to ruin Barcelona. He puts the ball into the back of the net right across Marc-Andre ter Stegen, and it's 2-1. And I have to say, Fekir completely ruined us. I have no idea why Barca didn't sign Fekir. There is some deals that have been very weird that I have. Not only Barcelona, but why hasn't any bigger teams gone for these kind of players? What is Fekir? With no disrespect to Betis, trust me, there's no disrespect, but what is a player like Fekir playing for Betis? What is he doing playing at Betis? Fekir is a player that is at the caliber, of the likes of Bayern Munich, of Manchester City, Liverpool themselves could do with Fekir. Barcelona, Real Madrid, he is an absolutely fantastic player. And that Betis got him for 20 million euros. It's an absolute disgrace that no one else stepped in for him. We spent 120 million euros on Griezmann, and why couldn't we go for Fekir? There is also the deals of Haaland for 20 million that we missed on. Carrasco on loan with an option to buy of 20 million. What are we doing? What are we doing so badly that we're trying to overspend on players that are very average, like Rodrigo and stuff like that, and we're letting players like Fekir slip out right of our hands? It's unbelievable. He's a world-class player, and I was very glad to see him go off the field, because in any given moment he could have broken our defense. I don't think you can blame Sergio Roberto, Semedo, Umtiti, Lenglet, anyone for having a problem with Fekir, because Fekir is one of the best players in the world. I'm not exaggerating in terms of individuality, in terms of that kind of Messi and Neymar Hazard kind of thing, where they're able to take in a bunch of players on their own. Fekir is one of those players that it's able to do that, and he is one world-class player that can cause a lot of problems for any team in any given day. Overall, before the stroke of halftime, Sergio Busquets scored a second by another assist of Lionel Messi. Controls it pretty well. I don't know what, the Benito Villamarin today was asking for a lot of things. They were complaining a lot. I don't think there was much to complain. There was not much that they can complain about. It's 2-2. Sergio Busquets controls it pretty nicely, hits it in the back of the net. It's 2-2 at the stroke of halftime, and then for the third goal of Barcelona, minute 72, another delivered from Lionel Messi, collecting his hat-trick of assists for Canales and Lenglet. Again, in the back of the net, Joe Robles slips up, and basically that was everything for Barcelona. But that wasn't everything remaining for the game, because then 10 minutes or so from the 90th, Nabil Fekir gets sent off. He gets a yellow card. He has a bad reaction for giving a yellow card, I don't know if he said anything. We're gonna know that in a couple of, I guess, minutes or hours, depending on when you're seeing this. He got the second yellow right there, and then the ref was having none of it. He gets sent off. I was relieved because I swear, like even with the 3-2, even with Barca with more dominant, Fekir at any given moment could have absolutely broken us apart. He was sent off, and then a couple of minutes later, Canales and Lenglet. I have to say, there is nothing that we can complain about here. Like, there's some stuff that we can complain about the refereeing, but here Lenglet committed a mistake that was very naive. You cannot be doing what he just did. Like, knowing that he had a yellow card, yes, it was a harsh yellow card, but knowing that he have a yellow card, with the likes of Joaquin, like, you know, not in a very dangerous area, facing away from the goal, why are you tackling from behind? Like you know, you're asking for trouble. You got sent off. We don't have Lenglet for the next game, or I guess for next 2 games, so that's gonna be a problem. Jordi Alba came in for Junior Firpo. The likes of Rakitic came in for Griezmann. Artur came in for Arturo Vidal, and overall it was fine. I have to say that one of the plays that for me was most controversial was the last play right there for Lionel Messi. Arthur gives the ball to Lionel Messi. He's about to shoot, and he beats Bartra. He's about to take on Joe Robles, and Bartra pretty much just grabs Messi right there and then. And yes, Messi's not gonna dive, but that doesn't make it any less of a foul, and doesn't make it any less of a penalty. He literally was about to take him home with him. So, you know, he was grabbing him and like then putting his foot in front of him. Like yes, Messi's not gonna dive, but doesn't take away that the foul is a foul, and that was a clear-cut penalty. This is the kind of things that, you know, there has to be a consensus. There has to be a union of opinion in terms of like the handballs and in terms of the context in the box, because this is the kind of things that some refs decide it's a penalty, and some other refs decide it's not a penalty, and I don't think that's necessarily fair. There has to be a union of opinion, like this and this is a penalty, this and this is not a penalty, you know. Anyways, we get all the 3 points. It was important for us to get the 3 points. The papers from Madrid can hide now, because they were gonna, if we tied or lost this game, they're gonna start saying Setien out, Setien in trouble, because they're scared that if Barcelona start, you know, performing at their level, they're gonna have it very hard to win trophies this season. So I hope that we can continue on this fashion, that we can continue being the best Barcelona that we need to be. We're not still the best Barcelona by a long shot, but we're getting there. We're gonna develop. We'll start going forward. And when Messi finally, you know, comes back from his hiatus of very weirdly missing, you know, having to need a lot of shots to do pretty much anything. Like, this is a best example of Messi was the best player in the game, and yet he didn't score a single goal. And this is the argument that Messi could still be the best player in history of world football even without scoring a single goal, because what Messi gives you is much more than goals. And yes, adding the goals could be very nice, but you know, it's very, very weird that he's getting a lot of chances. I hope that this eventually resolves very soon, because we're gonna need the best team possible, and the best team possible includes the best Lionel Messi possible. So we're gonna need all players at 100%. We're gonna see what's gonna happen in the game. I believe is against Getafe at home. Then I believe we have Eibar at home, and then we have Napoli in the Champions League. So that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. We're not gonna have a game for this remaining week. We can still work on, you know, things that we need to work on. But anyways, that was pretty much everything for me today. With all said and done, leave me your opinions about the game, what you thought of, how do you think the game went. Leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one, Blaugranas.